Hey there, my friend. I'm glad you're here with me today. Let's sit down for a bit, just you and I, and share a story that's been on my mind. It's a story about silence, about the weight of our words, and about finding something deeper within ourselves. I'm not going to lecture you or anything. Nah, I just want to talk, like we're sitting by a quiet river at dusk, watching the world settle down. So come on in, get comfortable, and let's walk through this together. I've been thinking about something Gautama Buddha used to say to his disciples. He'd tell them that our tongues are sharper than any knife, that our words can cut deeper than any blade without ever drawing blood. I mean, think about that for a second. How many times have we said something in a moment of anger or frustration, and it just lingered? It hurt someone, even if we didn't mean it to. Or maybe we've been on the other side, carrying the weight of someone else's careless words. I know I have. Just the other day, I caught myself snapping at a friend over something so small, and I could see the flicker of hurt in their eyes. It stayed with me, made me wonder how often I speak without really thinking. But Buddha also said something else, that if we use our words with care, with the right intention at the right time, they can be a kind of strength. They can lift someone up, change a moment, even change a life. It's all about balance, I guess, knowing when to speak and when to just be still. And that brings me to this story I heard once about a Buddhist monk in Japan named Jihai. I want to take you there, to his quiet world, and to a moment that shifted everything for someone who came seeking his help. Picture this. A dense forest, far from the clamor of towns and cities, where the only sounds are the rustle of leaves and the distant call of a bird. That's where Jihai lived, in a small ashram, spending his days in meditation, wrapped in silence. He was known across Japan for his peace, his stillness. People said just being near him could calm a restless heart. And one day, a prince came to him. This wasn't just any prince. He had everything you could dream of: wealth, power, fame, all the luxuries a person could want. But he was miserable. "Monk," he said, his voice heavy, "I'm tired, frustrated. My mind won't stop spinning. I have everything, but I feel empty. Why?" Jihai looked at him, calm as a still pond, and said, "You already know the answer, but you've never looked for it. Let's try something. Stay here with me for 10 days. Live simply like I do. And for those 10 days, sit in silence. Speak as little as possible." The prince wasn't thrilled, I'll tell you that. He was used to giving orders, being heard, always talking, but he was desperate for peace, so he agreed. The first day, it was rough. He sat there alone, and his mind was louder than ever. Thoughts crashed like waves, questions, doubts, frustrations. He wanted to speak, to let it all out, but he held back. He kept quiet, just as Jihai asked. And as the night fell, something strange happened. A quietness crept in, not outside, but inside him. For the first time in ages, he felt a flicker of calm. He didn't understand it, but it was there. By the second day, sitting in solitude, he started to notice things he'd never seen before. The way the sunlight danced on the leaves, the sound of birds soaring overhead, the slow, steady breath of the world around him. It was like he was seeing nature, really seeing it, for the first time. And as the days passed, something shifted. The restlessness, the turmoil that had gnawed at him for so long began to fade. By the 8th day, he sat down, closed his eyes, and without even trying, slipped into a deep meditation. No worries, no noise, just peace. When the 10 days were up, he went back to Jihai, his face different somehow, lighter. "I understand now," he said. "I've been talking too much, wasting my energy on endless chatter, on people, on things that don't matter. I'd think about them all day, usually in a negative way, and it made my mind a mess. I couldn't focus. I kept failing at everything, and that just dragged me down further. But these 10 days, they've changed me. I feel alive, like I'm finally living my life the way it's meant to be lived." Jihai nodded, a small smile on his face. He said that most people speak too much. They talk to criticize, to argue, to fill the silence. But silence is the first step to knowing yourself. When you're quiet, you start to hear what's really inside you, and so much of the world's pain, quarrels, misunderstandings, hurt would vanish if we just learned to be still. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I'm guilty of it too, talking just to talk. Like I'll be at a coffee shop with a friend, and instead of just enjoying the moment, I'll ramble on about nothing. And later, I feel drained, like I've given away something I didn't need to. Have you ever felt that? Like your words are pulling you away from yourself? Dijahai told the prince something else that stuck with me. He said that when you learn to carry silence within you, it's like standing alone on a mountaintop, even if you're in a crowded market. You're untouched by the noise. And in that stillness, you start to find your roots, your source. It's not in other people, not in their approval or their words. It's in you. When you dip into that inner quiet, it's like taking a cool bath on a hot day. You come back refreshed, calm, with a kind of strength that doesn't depend on anyone else. The prince returned to his palace after those 10 days, but he wasn't the same man. He carried that silence with him. And I think we can do that too. What if we tried, just for a day or two, to speak only when it's necessary? To sit quietly for a little while, even if it's just 30 minutes, and let the noise in our heads settle. I've started doing that lately, sitting on my porch in the evening, not checking my phone, not talking, just being. And I'll tell you, it's hard at first. My mind wants to race. But after a few minutes, there's this softness that comes, like I'm meeting myself again. So, my friend, let's try it together. Let's find a little silence in our days. Let's remember that our words are powerful. They can wound, they can heal. But sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is say nothing at all. Just be. I'm right here with you, figuring this out as we go. And I'm curious, what's one moment of quiet you felt lately, or one time you wished you'd held your tongue? Think on it, and let's keep walking this path side by side. Until next time, take care of yourself, okay? I'll be here.